women would say, "Oh, I'm not having any more children after that," and some don't for various reasons. But most women do go on to have more, so it's not like they're really put off by the pain that they've gone through. So they have different elements in their brain which prepare them for the roles in life that they've got. So we know they live longer. We know their brains operate differently. Women, what about this, do you think? Women are great leaders.
Ah, hmm. I've got to be careful how I answer this. Uh,
What do you think?
well, um, I don't agree with that.
You
I
don't?
don't. No, I don't actually. I don't agree they're great leaders or good leaders or better leaders than men. I don't. Uh, and my reason is very simple. Women are mostly, oh, that's the word. No, women, yeah, women are mostly guided by emotions, which isn't really a good quality for leadership. So once emotions get in the way of you making a decision, then your decision is likely to be flawed. And I'm not saying men's decisions are flawless, no, but there's a higher percentage of it being flawed when it comes to women. And it's just because of the emotions. It's just the emotions, nothing else. Very intelligent women are, very, very caring, right? Very, very loving, very, very understanding, just the emotions. That's where
Mm.
that's my reason. I might be wrong. I could be right, I could be wrong. But in my opinion, that's what I'm basing it on.
I mean, there have been quite a few women world leaders. I mean, we have our own Margaret Thatcher, and she was a tough, strong leader by all accounts. Israel used to have their first ever woman prime minister was Golda Meir, I think in the early 70s, and she was a tough woman. But both of those women, I think, probably had their enemies, if you like, but they both also had a lot of people who said they were very good, strong leaders. Although, interestingly, neither our country or Israel has ever since then had another female prime minister. At the moment, I think Italy, Georgia, Meloni, she's apparently a very good prime minister in Italy, and of course Germany had Angela Merkel for quite a few years, and I don't know what the verdict is on her tenure, but she was there for a long time, and she had a very strong leadership element about her. So, and I think as time goes by, more and more women will become leaders. I mean, both Australia and New Zealand have had women prime ministers, not currently, but they have had them in the recent past as well. So again, it's almost like women having to break through that glass ceiling, isn't it, to achieve some of their ambitions. And yet, to go back to what we were saying earlier, we can see just how incredible women can be and strong and all that. As we said with Helen Keller and Anne Frank, there's probably more examples of women having huge resilience, not to say huge intellect. We think of people like Marie Curie, who really was the inventor of the X-ray. It's far more achievement amongst women than they're ever really given credit for.
Hmm.
So, so yeah, I think women leaders, are good. I mean, you say about emotions. In my view, that's something that can afflict. Can afflict men as well. I know what you
Yep.
mean, that maybe
Yeah,
women
absolutely.
traditionally do express their emotions a bit more. Whether that would affect their judgment, I don't know. Moving on to another interesting one, women are cleaner. Women are cleaner. Now, I mean, I don't know what you find, but I wouldn't really want women ever having to witness. It may be the same in theirs, in public places, in their toilets, but some men's toilets are just disgraceful, and are not in obscure places. I mean, many supermarkets. Um, Not funnily enough, not so much at football. That usually is quite good, but in fast food places, some. I think what it shows is it's not the organisations, not the shops or the supermarkets. It's more the the minority of people who don't know how to use a toilet. But to say women are cleaner, I think women probably are far more hygiene aware, um, or hygiene demanding. I think women will often say, "Oh, I won't use a public toilet because it's terrible," and probably rightly so. And there's not too many public toilets anyway. But would you say women generally have a greater sense of cleanliness and hygiene than we do?
Simple answer is yes.
You would. It's true, and that's probably all we need to really say on that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Um,
yes.
okay. What else then? I mean, I could move on then to the disadvantages. If I'm here we are. The disadvantages of being a woman. Now, women are told, a bit like we're told, big boys don't cry. Women are told, probably from a very young age, you have to be ladylike, which we all know what that means. I suppose the male version will be you have to be gentlemanly,
Mm.
chivalrous, and all that. But women, obviously, and they are taught to be ladylike in their dealings. And maybe sometimes, I don't know, I can't speak as a woman, but maybe sometimes that expectation, like we feel we're expected to be strong and fix things and have the answers, maybe
Yeah.
the expectation of always being the lady-like person is a negative, can be hard. Do you see what I mean? I mean, I
Yeah.
think we're coming to the end of our time, which is a shame because we've only just started the the cons, if you like, of being a woman. So we'll continue that next week.
Yeah.
Um, and I'd like your views on what you might suggest or think are disadvantages from being a woman. But
Well,
we've covered some of the pros for now, anyway.
I love talking about women. I love women. It's as simple as that. I can't go. Right. So this is all we've got time for on the Alien Spaceship. Thanks for joining us. Join us again next week. I've been Emmy Hikins, and he calls me Cos.
And I'm Trevor Gear, and he calls me Bruv.
It's a goodbye from me. See you next week.
See you next week. Goodbye.